here. We have a lot of news to get to today, but we want to begin with that death sentence for Tanner Horner that came down just a little while ago. Tanya, you've been leading our gavel-to-gavel coverage for weeks now on this. It didn't take long for this jury to come to this verdict today and decide on this ultimate punishment after just a couple of hours of deliberations. Yeah,
it was just over 2 hours. And when you listen to this testimony that we heard we're in our 5th week, Jason, our 5th week, which is just extraordinary. We heard his confessions. There was audio and video played in that courtroom, more than an hour, that captured what happened to that little girl inside that delivery van. There were these internet searches. There was just an absolute mountain of evidence in this case that obviously the jury just couldn't get around.
And from day one of this trial, the curve began. Horner pleading guilty to killing Athena Strand on that very first day. Take us back to that first day. A lot of people were not expecting that.
No, they weren't. And I'll tell you, when he came out and said that he was pleading guilty, I was shocked. I'm like, that's, the expert that I had on that day said he would not have had him do that. But then when methodically, as the days went by and you heard the prosecution present their case step by step, building block by building block, you understood why he did what he did. This was really a Hail Mary, I think.
And there was just a mountain of evidence in this case, and it turned out that whole story that had been fabricated of, that she had been hit by the delivery van and that this was a panic after that led to the kidnapping. We actually saw what really happened in this case. And then we got to today. And, I'm sure that you, like all the rest of us who are watching, you're watching the family members there in court as much as you can see them from the camera angle. One of the family members gets up to speak. It was her uncle. What an emotional reaction he had, and he looked him right in the eye while he said what he had to say.
He sure did, Jason, and what we saw was Tanner Horner looks back at him. And, one of the experts yesterday had described Tanner Horner as having a blank stare, and I would agree with that. The uncle looks directly at him, and Tanner Horner looks back at him, and let's take a listen to some of what he had to say.
What he took from this world was not just a child. He took a life, a future, and a piece of every single person who loved him. You wanted your 15 minutes of fame. You got it, and no one's going to remember you after this. You are a footnote in Athena's story. Her name will forever be remembered. Her name will forever be celebrated, and everyone will forget you.
And with that, Tanner Horner was put into cuffs and taken away. He will be sent to Huntsville. He will be a member of death row until he is put to death. Of course, he does have the appeals process that he can go through before that. I thought one other thing that uncle said, it just hit me when he said, you took away a little girl who trusted this world.
That's
and it just got you right there. What comes next here?
Well, it's an automatic appeal. When somebody gets the death penalty, it automatically is appealed. The judge announced that to him. Lawyers will be appointed to represent him during that appellate process. That appellate process typically takes anywhere from 10 to 15 years. It is not quick, but ultimately, he will see justice.
Tanya, I'll just say this, on a professional note, thanks for the coverage. This was an important story. This was a story that a lot of people have followed for 3 years now. And it was a big case, and it was something where a lot of people really wanted to see justice be done. And so thank you for leading the gavel-to-gavel coverage with that team of experts and with Rebecca Lopez there in the courtroom. This was an especially galling case to sit through and listen to the evidence that was presented.
It wasn't difficult. I can't even put it into words for you, Jason.
All right, thanks so much. And of course, we'll have much more on this story as we go through the rest of the evening here. We're covering this trial every step of the way, so the further developments as well. You can also rewatch the gavel-to-gavel coverage and hear the moments that Horner's verdict was read. You can do that right now on WFAA Plus, which is a free download straight to your TV.